Over the Nevada desert, flying on a wild ride. These pilots are racing for an adrenaline dump like nothing else. Welcome to the Reno Air Races, the world's fastest motorsport.
Greatest show on earth.
With a kiss on the cheek or a wave to crowds, it's go time.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have a race.
Jets are just one of the aircraft classes that race each other around pylons on an oval track for 6 laps.
How quick can this go?
About 600 kilometres an hour is what we're doing around the track.
From Wagga Wagga, New South Wales, Craig Wilcoxon is a long way from home, as are Aussie pilots Charlie Camilleri and Lockie Onslow.
The entire Aussie mafia is more than welcome to come and race with us as long as somebody can beat him.
Onslow has been beating American pilot Jeff Turney for 8 years.
Oh, there's nothing not to like about that. You get to come over here and tease all these little people. And
Little people. Little people.
Making fun of me. Americans do everything big, and that's what this is.
Wilcoxon's wife Jeanette crews his L-29 Delphin jet. Both have worked in the Air Force for 26 years and admit they're obsessed.
Some people do build cars and drive cars, and
Some people have boats.
yeah.
I do planes.
Hold the line, gentlemen.
Rules allow aircraft to fly as low as 50 feet. It requires intense concentration and leaves the racers drenched in sweat.
For aviation enthusiasts all over the world, just being here is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The one thing most will never encounter is this, standing on the course itself as the aircraft race overhead. And I can tell you it's not until you're out here that you can appreciate how loud their engines are roaring and how fast these planes are flying. Do you ever get worried about safety?
Always.
In 2011, a plane plunged into the event's crowd, killing and injuring spectators.
All hell broke loose. I woke up, saw my hand missing.
Having survived one of America's worst ever air show disasters, Reno has only brought the aviation community closer.
Clear prop. Clear.
Every year they blend margaritas in the very place tragedy struck. They toast their lost mates and celebrate ones they've still got.
We come here to see the airplanes, but we stay here for each other.
Despite the risk, wives still wait by the sideline, supporting every race and celebrating every victory. And these Aussies stick together with a special camaraderie.
Woohoo! Few tears.
Reno Air races Stanton as America's ambassador.
That's life.
In Reno, Nevada, Alexis Daish, 9 News.
Tomorrow will be the 8-year mark.
Yeah, it'll be 8 years.
September 16th, 4:20 in the afternoon.
And what does that day and that time, how do you feel
We
about
celebrated it on Friday
that? Okay.
because it happened on Friday.
Right.
Right. And relative to where we are right now, how far away were you from the
I was
aircraft?
10 feet away from it. Jerry was in the box here, probably 15 feet away.
Yeah.
So sort of virtually.
These were much closer. The rows were much closer together at the time.
And what do you recall about those kind of awful moments?
It's just another race for me. Watching it come around, I saw Jimmy's trim tab brake. He pitched up. He pulled, 17 G's or something, so he was probably brain dead at the time. It rolled over, kept coming at us. I looked up, I saw the plane, the spinner was coming at me. I knew I was going to die. It was actually very calming, very silent, very quiet. I didn't hear a thing. It hit the right after that, I sponsored his plane with our product. And me being a mechanic, I just thought, Jesus, that thing's running good. I've never heard a Merlin runs that fast. And then all hell broke loose. I woke up, saw my hand missing, and then I just turned myself off. I felt myself bleeding out, and I just kind of started slowing down. I knew not to adrenalize, and people were walking over me thinking I was dead. Jerry was screaming bloody murder.
Yeah.
He was in a lot of pain. He lost an eye.
I lost
bad head. Here, get over
memory
here.
through it. So I woke up about 3 weeks later. I had no idea what had happened. Didn't know my eye was missing. Didn't know I had a hole in my head. And had no memory of what took place. And there was nobody around. I was at Reno Air Hospital. they were there, but everybody had already gone home. Larry had already left it.
So you've lost this eye completely?
Oh yeah, it's gone. All the what I call plumbing's missing.
Yeah.
Show it to you. It's gone. So that's kind of what happened. But I've been working with a neuropsychiatrist for 4 years, so I can do this, talk.
And I guess part of the healing, have you found that part of the healing has been this, coming here?
Oh, positively. We were here the year after it happened, and it was the best thing that happened. And right now, you can see it's still there.
It's very emotional year.
Yeah.
But everybody was just in tears the whole week. But it was such good closure. Talking to people.
That year, did the Reno Air races, obviously it must have taken on a bit of a different meaning. And
a lot less people here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's starting to slowly grow back up, to the crowds that we used to have.
People forget there's so many other things going on. It's just something that happens.
Yeah.
But it was so positive. So just about everybody that was here came out of it in good.
Well, it's amazing that of such an horrific incident, I think it was 11 lives lost. It's still tragic, but there could have been a lot more.
My friend was 3 feet away from me, got killed.
Yeah.
Really?
Jim was killed, yeah. He was standing right next to me. And I met a man who talked to me and heard the last words I said, and he lost his finger. That's all that happened to him. So, it kind of chose certain people because it was shrapnel. And
so it was literally luck of the draw based on where that aircraft was.
Yeah, my buddy, I blew into my buddy. I think I broke his leg. He doesn't have a scratch on him. I've got 138 shrapnel marks on my body.
Yeah,
so I basically blocked him. He ended up on top of me.
So literally the difference on that day, the difference between life and death was literally feet. For some
feet,
people.
inches, yeah.
Well, if it had exploded, there would have been nobody.
Did you ever consider, after that happened, not coming back to the Reno Air races?
No, never. No,
I knew I was going to be back. I told people, and a lot of people came back because of what I said in the hospital.
And now that every year this event marks that anniversary, what do you do on this at the air races now?
Same as usual. It's business as usual.
Business as usual.
See what's happening.
Margaritas, cigars.
Margaritas.
Yeah, cigars.
I sponsor a lot of these guys with my product. They're family.
And do you remember your mates as well?
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
Sure.
We have a toast to them every year.
Every year.
We did it on Friday. We have right here. We had a big toast.
Yeah, Jim and I used to come out here at 6 in the morning and touch and feel the planes and shoot a lot of photography.
Dawn Patrol.
And he was killed, so all of that stopped. So yeah.
But we honor them by coming back here.
Yeah.
And
it's not just for us; it's for them too.
Do you find? Oh, you've got obviously there is quite a community here.
Oh yeah.
We don't know these guys.
They don't know us. Who are these people?
We're all family.
You all look like you hate each other.
That's half the fun.
We do, except Larry makes us margaritas.
So for the people in Australia who have never been to the Reno Air races,
you need to get them over here. Get over here.
You get to try these margaritas.
I got an extra ticket.
Yeah, you got tickets. Yeah.
Listen, box 842 is always open.
And what are the Reno Air races all about?
This.
Enjoyment, family, friends,
Family,
fun,
family. Yeah.
the aircraft. It's just we live for it.
We come here to see the airplanes, but we stay here for each other.
Yeah.
And to see our family once.
We don't have blood. We have 100 low lead running through our veins.
And tequila.
And tequila.
And cigars.
And cigars. Absolutely.
Thank you guys. That was wonderful.
I gotta tell you, this is a no shit story.
This is oh yeah,
no
okay.
shit. So the accident was right here, and a lot of us were in it, and a lot of bad things happened. And we thought we lost this guy right here, really did. And 72 hours later, we found him in the emergency room, in the ICU. We get, Larry's alive. Oh my God, Larry's alive. And we go running into his room, and within a few minutes, we're telling jokes and smoking cigars. And we made a promise to each other that every year we would be standing on this spot, drinking margaritas and smoking cigars, and wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's the way it's been.
That's
how it's
awesome.
been.
Yeah.
And I guess is it twofold? You know, it's A, you realise how thankful you are for being here each and every year, but also, as we were saying, you know, remembering your mates that unfortunately aren't.
And we kind of came back for a reason.
You guys have enough landscape over there that you should be doing this.
You should.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys should
You
come
guys
over
have
and show them
way
how
more.
it's done.
Well, my niece is pregnant and married a guy in Australia, and she works for Australian tourism, and I hope she sees this. But we're gonna make a trip to see her. So.
Oh, we would love to have
We've already
you.
got some jet class racers. You got a guy over in New Zealand who races them.
And if that doesn't work out, you can just do margarita teaching.
Well, I haven't been there since
classes.
1981 was the last time I was in Australia, so it's been a long
right.
time.
Okay, so you have been.
Oh yeah, I lived in New Zealand for 9 months. So
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
I
you
go
know
back and
us
forth.
well. You know
I
us
Oh
well.
yeah, absolutely.
Just lastly, while I've got you all together like this, what would you say to people back home about what happened here 8 years ago and how you feel about it now?
We were a family before. We're a
we're
really
family
close
after.
family now.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of really horrible things that happened that day, but there was a lot of totally amazing things that happened that day. Within 60 seconds, we had 800 first responders down here. All
Yeah.
these people
Reno-
in the stands.
Remza, the people in Reno had an emergency plan that was not instituted anywhere else in the States.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are alive because of that, their responses.
Wow.
And not even just the officials. We had guys
Yep.
coming out of the
Yep.
stands.
People were throwing belts down for tourniquets out of the grandstands.
So it was a
Guy
testament
was
to
a
everyone.
Vietnam era medic, hadn't done a thing since the 70s.
If this happened anywhere else, it would have been a lot worse. I guarantee you.
Doctors,
Yep.
nurses come running in. What can I do to help? We had this was one of my favorite stories. There's a judging competition going on just down there, the finest restored aircraft in the world, and that was happening then. And there was a Huey helicopter in there that was just restored within an inch of its
It had no
life.
fuel. They fueled it up immediately. That guy saved probably 30 lives.
Oh, wow. Used it
He
to fly.
his
Oh, God,
private
he-
Huey,
private
he
Huey.
pushed it out here, wop 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 wop,
Yep.
landed over here, loaded it full of people, looked for hurt people, didn't even know where the hospital was, grabbed a nurse from one of the ambulances, said, "Come with me, you're going to show me where the hospital is," and flew 10 injured people in and landed in the grass.
Back and forth, back and forth. He
So
saved a lot
that
of people.
whole day really brought out the best in
Oh, absolutely.
you know, the
Well,
the best
aviation
in this
community.
whole-
I'm out there in critical condition, and I hear the Huey, and I'm telling the response guys, put me on the Huey, put me on the Huey, and they're no, you're going in an ambulance. You're not going to make it in the Huey, and I wouldn't have if I hadn't gone in the ambulance. But that guy saved a lot of lives, a lot of lives.
This is another true story. So he's the first guy that I saw when I got off the ground. We checked him over, and we
Oh, you
thought he
kicked
was dead.
Dan off, but you're
I
like,
did.
get
I was
off of
kicking
him.
Dan off and going, Larry, and he's not responding to us because he's
I turned
trying to
myself
be all
off.
zen, and we figured he was dead, right? And a friend of ours who's a doctor from down this way a little bit
Pediatrics doctor, she plugged me up.
came running in, actually checked his vitals and found out, no, he's not dead. And she sets out to start working on him. And
She asked me, what's your name? I said, Larry. She goes, you been drinking today, Larry? I go, well, it's Reno, isn't it?
and that's when she decided he had to be saved. So,
Yeah. She was like, I'm not letting these be his last words.
Actually, it was
Come
only
on, mate.
It was the first margarita of the day.
Oh, right. Well, fortunately, it wasn't the last.
No.
Thank you very, very much for having a
Thank
chat
you
with
guys.
me.
Hey, you guys
I really,
come
really
back. Keep
appreciate
coming
it.
back.